Jaime. I can't believe it.
He had to be working for someone. He couldn't pull this off on his own.
With personalities like Jack and Derek around, his nice guy routine kept him off everyone's radar.
Aiden, it's Derek. I found Jack. He's dead. Now his killers are too, but I beat a confession from one of them before finishing him off.
What did you learn?
Jaime was working for Waltz.
Waltz is behind this?
Waltz? I didn't see that coming.
Thanks, Derek. Gather Jack's things if you can. I'll be in touch.
Roger that, Pilgrim.
So what is Waltz after? Destroying the carriers to disrupt the network?
Waltz isn't a destroyer. He wants to control the network. He wants our archives all to himself.
I've heard about the carrier's Bible. Is there more?
A lot more. Maps, other books, vast quantities of intel gathered over the years. Every little detail about the city and the surrounding areas as well.
Waltz is no doubt trying to gather complete information about the city. Maybe about its citizens. He's looking for something and I need to know what. I need to see the archives.
That's information reserved for only the highest ranks of the Carriers Guild. However, you've more than proven yourself. Earned your place among our elite carriers. Come on. Your time has come, Hotshot. Welcome to the top tier of the Carriers Guild ranks. Not bad for a pilgrim. You are officially the elite of the elite. The best of the best of the very best of the guild. Our secrets are now your secrets. To honor this occasion, I have something for you. Congratulations, Hotshot. And to think what you were when you joined. Some snotty-nosed little punk. And what you are now. A carrier. Makes me proud. With your fearless dedication and service, you've earned the right to ask of the rest of us how we can serve you. You get one favor, so ask away. And make it good, Hotshot.
I asked that Derek be reinstated as a carrier. He saved my life and even as an outcast had this guild's back. He admits to his mistakes and I believe he'll work hard to make up for them.
Well, if you say so, I'll believe you. We'll restore Derek immediately.
Thank you.
From now on, treat me like an open book. There is probably a great deal that you'd like to know. Want answers, Hotshot? Now's your chance to ask.
A question for you, Professor.
Ask away.
I'm looking for a girl named Mia. She'd be about my age now. A little younger. Do you know anything about her?
No, I'm afraid not. Anything else you can tell me about her?
Yeah, she was one of Waltz's experimental subjects. No, one of his victims. 15 years ago.
There were more girls. The carriers know of one of them. It was hard to keep that one out of trouble.
Sounds like it could be her.
Maybe. But I wouldn't get your hopes up. She goes by the name of Lawan. She hangs out with Frank, as far as I know.
Oh, I see. Thank you. Can you tell me anything about X-13?
X-13? Interesting. Not quite, but listen to this. Back in the day, the military coded strategic locations around the city with an X and a number. This included sites like water towers, power stations. The higher the number, the more strategically important the location. But I've never heard of any location with a higher designation than X9.
So, what's strategically important about X-13?
Have no idea. But I'll tell you, it's not a place for guys like you and me, lad.
I wonder what it means then. Can you tell me any more about Major Matt?
Before the revolution, Jack Matt was an undistinguished military major. He made his name by refusing William's order to shoot civilians. He managed to get most rank-and-file soldiers to join him and side him with the people and help in their revolution succeed. He's considered by many as not just a hero, but the city's savior. That was then. Now, I hear, he's more and more after personal gain and the help of the citizens.
That sounds like he's on a power trip. It's too bad. So, what about this Rayner character?
Character's right. He's responsible for bringing together all the trade unions necessary to get the wall built. This had him mixing with nearly everyone in the city, both the bigwigs and everyday people. He leveraged his role to make himself very, very rich, which made him an unlikely revolutionary leader, but he became one nonetheless. He was ground zero for the rebellion, although his true motivations have never quite been clear. He came out on top in any case, and manages the supply chain for the peacekeepers. He's up there with Matt in influence. He's got exquisite taste, and in the course of his duties, manages to obtain all manner of rare artifacts his people come across. Well, he's become quite the collector.
Sounds like a colorful individual. So, what's the real story on the Night Runners? Who were they?
Heroes to most. Started out pretty simple, a group of soldiers who became infected during a mission. Now, usually, infection spelled the end of a military career. Too much risk, especially with so many night operations. However, around this time, the military created something called inhibitors. Not only did they prolong the time you could spend in the dark, but also greatly enhanced motor skills and other senses. The downside was the side effects of inhibitors. They kicked the crap out of most people, if they didn't outright kill you. Given a choice, most soldiers took the risk to remain in active duty, and to continue to make a difference in the battle. That's why people consider them heroes. Not just because they did so much to help so many, but because they joined the revolution on the people's behalf. They were the real deal, Aiden.
That's quite a story. So who's this Colonel Williams?
Oh, yes. Colonel Chris Williams, a.k.a. The Butcher.
Ooh, how do you earn that nickname?
If you hadn't just asked me, I'd say you don't want to know. But, since you asked, Williams was the right-hand man of General Pratt, the nominal head of security for the city. I say nominal because it was an open secret that Williams was Pratt's puppet master. Pratt was a nepotism promotion, and of no practical military use. Growing bold, Williams ordered a chemical strike on the city, while Pratt was stuck at the bottom of a whiskey bottle, unable to cope with the conflict, the responsibility of military command, and really, well, anything not whiskey related. What happened next is common knowledge. Williams' attack triggered the revolution. With Pratt having abdicated all authority, Williams ordered the military to shoot civilians. Most of the soldiers refused his order, and the end of armed conflict came swiftly. But not before the colonel and many of his supporters made the dam his personal stronghold. Shortly after that, lucky for him, he took in Waltz.
Wow, the Butcher indeed. Thanks for the information. So what really brought on the revolution?
It had been building for a while. Under Williams' direction, the military was increasingly unconcerned with collateral damage or civilian fatalities. The chemical strike was the match that lit the bonfire. The military explanation for the chemical strike was to eliminate the infected in evacuated areas of the city. Fact is, most areas had not been evacuated. Crowds of survivors remained, huddled on roofs, sheltering in place. Citizens, but also undocumented refugees from all over Europe. There was no way to know who was healthy and who was infected. There was a massacre, and half the city's population was wiped out.
Oh my God.
It was a tragedy beyond comprehension. Was Williams that bloodthirsty and cruel? Was the military that disorganized that it didn't know its own evacuation plans? In the end, it doesn't really matter. Death and chaos enveloped the city, And those who survived had had enough. And so, as people have done throughout the ages, they rose up in revolution.
I hardly know what to say. This has been quite an education. Thanks, Professor.
No problem, kiddo. Wish more of my carriers were as curious as you.
One of two of life's great pleasures.
Thanks. I'm dying to hear what the other one is.
What do you think? The sweet, sweet thrill of gambling, obviously.
Oh, yeah? What's your game?
Now it's just boring cards. When the boss is not looking. Used to be much more crazy when the Night Runners were around. See that group of buildings there? They had a parkour course between them. There was this cheeky guy named, Hassan? Hakan? Anyway, he used it to test recruits for their skills with the grappling hook. Gave them some wicked shit with it.
Let me guess. You and the guys placed bets on who's gonna fall on his ass first.
Exactly! Well. You do know how to have fun. I like you. Hey, tell you what. Why don't we bring the excitement back?
How do you mean?
Believe it or not, some of these recruits actually finished the course. And a few even demonstrated mad skills. How about you test yourself and see if you can beat their time? And I could take bets from the guys again. Win-win, eh? Hey, fellas, get your purses ready. We may have action here. If you feel up to it, just punch the bell. It's a bit dusty, as you can see.
Aiden, I have a fresh list of book locations for you. Was that Alice's Adventures in Wonderland you brought back? Do you consider the library your Wonderland now?
I don't know about that, but it's a definite change of pace.
I bet. I would imagine, like Alice's journeys, yours are disorienting. And you're probably surrounded by no small amount of madness. You seem immune to such afflictions. Seem, I say. But are you really, Aiden? Do you ever get close to losing it?
Of course. I mean, we all have our moments, right?
I know I do. Sometimes it's all I can do not to fling myself off the nearest balcony.
I do that all the time. It's kind of my job. But yeah, I get down sometimes. Then I just get over it. Well, I let myself feel bad, but I can't afford to wallow either.
Stifling your feelings can be dangerous too, Aiden.
Yeah, maybe. But that's just how I'm wired. And I'm off. See you next time.
I'll be counting the hours.
Any hunts for me today?
Yes. A very rare creature has appeared. I fashion its skin into vessels that hold substances no other material can safely contain.
Sign me up. Where do I go?
Not just where, but when. It is a nocturnal creature. It will be at the peak of its power and speed. So take great care.
I will. Thanks. I found the monster and gave it a hiding. Literally.
Excellent. I'll be able to make skin vessels capable of holding powerful agents that can be used against the infected.
You found them? It's incredible. Let's see. No one wrote adventure like Jules Verne. Around the world in 80 days. Journey to the center of the earth. And of course, 20,000 leagues under the sea. Did you know that in the Nautilus, he predicted many features of modern submarines? A man ahead of his time. You'll be interested to know that in Plato's Republic, Socrates argues in defense of the connection between a just life and a happy life. Ah, if only such a sentiment could break through the cracks of our society and flower once more. You know, Aiden, I truly believe you deserve to be immortalized for your efforts to preserve the precious resource of human literature. I truly do. As probably does Thalia. Go ask her.
if it isn't my intellectual sparring partner. I see you brought Albert a copy of Plato's Republic. Heady stuff.
I haven't read it, but Albert was sure excited.
If it has pages, Albert's excited. But here's a question. If you had to make a choice, would you choose to be just or to be happy?
I choose both. Who said we had to choose in the first place?
But that's the point of the exercise, to make a choice. You're not playing fair. That's not very just. Albert's shelves are nearly full. I suppose you'll stop visiting soon.
We'll just have to see about that.
Well, at least there's one more location to check.
Here you are. This'll make Albert happy.
You, give us that book.
What, this book? What's it to you?
Because it contains a treasure map.
Look, I think you're confused. It's called Treasure Island, and it may show a picture of a treasure map, but it's not real.
That's not what we hear. Now hand it over.
It's not gonna happen.
Then we'll take it from you. We're good at that. Plunder 'em, boys.
More books. I may have to start calling you Santa. It's like Christmas every time you return. Almost everything you think you know about pirates comes from Robert Louis Stevenson's book, Treasure Island. But did you know it was originally meant as a coming-of-age story? Indeed. And even though it was for children, many pirate movies, when there were movies, were rated R. You, sir, are a tough audience. Darwin's Origin of the Species is the foundation of evolutionary biology. It's ironic, really. Is what's happening around us somehow an expression of Darwin's natural selection? Unnatural selection, if you ask me. You did it, Aiden. Our work here is done for now. I am humbled. Truly I am. Humanity has a chance to survive, not just in body, but in spirit. Because of you. Take this. It is but a pittance for all your great works, but it may serve you in your daily adventures.
Thank you, Albert. But I'm curious, what'll you do now that your collection's complete?
With our literary past safeguarded, there is only one thing to do, my boy.
What's that?
Secure the future, of course. Ensure the human spirit continues to be distilled for ages to come.
So, write more books?
Precisely. Starting with a record of your heroic deeds that brought us to this moment.
Who would want to read about me?
After I've told your tale, my boy, everyone. Oh, and it will be epic. And I already have a title. Libros Libertad.
Nice.
Now leave me, for I must begin. Thank you again, Aiden. We are all in your debt. Oh, and check up on Thalia. She wanted to talk to you.
Keep well, Albert.
Of the books you brought, On the Origin of Species and Treasure Island caught my eye.
And probably inspired a question.
Indeed. So, how do you view yourself? Are you a pioneer like Darwin? Or a pirate like those found in Treasure Island?
I don't know. Don't know enough about either to choose.
Fair enough. I'm glad to hear you're not so self-absorbed.
But
There's nothing wrong with a little role play that leads to a bit of self-examination. I wonder if you're capable of that.
on that note, it looks like I finished my work with Albert.
Oh, so it means you won't be coming back.
But yeah, I mean,
As hard as it is to admit it, at least a part of me is really sad to hear it. The feelings I've read about, that's nothing compared to what I feel. I'll miss our conversations.
yeah, me too, Thalia.
Do you think it's possible that I could see you again?
Very possible.
You can visit me at home, if you want. I've marked my flat on your map. I'll be there after the sunset.
Okay. See you there.
Till then, Aiden.
It's Aiden.
Come in.
We have a nice place.
Thanks. At least here you can pretend that this whole nightmare isn't happening outside. You know, I had a dream.
What dream?
That one morning, I went outside. There were people on the streets, kids playing, people in the cafes, like in the books I read. Crazy, right?
I think we all share that dream.
Do you think if this world were different, would you get married? Build a house?
That seems unlikely. It's so detached from what my life is.
My everyday life is in my imagination, in literature. I'm probably just a weak little girl to you.
No. You're sensitive, but that doesn't mean you're weak. Those who are weak just give up. They stop caring about anything. Give up on life, but you still care. It means you still fight.
Someone told me once that only the gentle are ever really strong. Will you hold me, Aiden? Can we pretend that what's outside isn't happening? Just this one time.
All right, Thalia. Just this one time.
Were you just gonna slip out?
Well, no, it's just that, you know.
Monsters to fight, people to save. I've read those books.
I'll see you later.
Maybe you will. Maybe you won't. We both know the world we live in, after all.
Didn't you say yours was the world of imagination?
But not delusions. I'm glad this dream has come true.
Likewise.
I know. Goodbye, Aiden.
I'm ready for more. Anything you need hunted?
I do. Your most dangerous prey yet. The creature I've been telling you about? It's been located.
And it has something you need.
Indeed. Its hair possesses qualities most rare. Miraculous, even. But that's besides the point now. Remember the GRE island? The one where you trapped the virals for me? It's there, lurking at night. And Aiden, you can't kill it.
Wait, can't? Or shouldn't?
Either. Listen to me. There is no fair fight with that creature. It will tear you apart. Your only chance is to lure it into the trap and box it in before it can lay a claw on you. If that happens...
Don't worry. I can handle this thing. Here I am. Told you I could handle that thing.
Aiden, I'm sorry I asked that of you. I was worried sick. But thank you. I'll be able to help so many people once Supply brings me the samples.
Speaking of which, how's Harlan's father? Any news?
As a matter of fact, yes. The parasites have been completely eliminated.
That's great to hear. I was worried.
As was I. Outcomes like this are not guaranteed. But we are thankful when they happen.
Yep. And what do you have for me now? More hunting? Trapping?
Actually, there is one more matter to attend to.
What can I do for you?
Not for me, for Corvus. He is waiting out in the garden to speak to you.
Corvus? Wondered where Mr. Tall, Dark, and Surly was lurking.
Yes, well, out in the garden. Please see him. I have a rather complicated potion to formulate right now.
If you say so.
What's this all about, Corvus? You're friendly all of a sudden.
I'm in a good mood. It's time to celebrate.
What are we celebrating exactly?
I will tell you if you will drink with me.
Well, I want to know what we're drinking to first.
And spoil the surprise? Drink, Aiden. I invite you.
Sure. I'll knock one back with you.
Excellent.
Okay, what's this celebration all about?
Your hunts are finished. You will leave and never come back. To that, we drink.
Leaving? Says who? It's not like you're gonna go on hunts for the Baba. I thought that was beneath you.
No, you are beneath me. Always mocking me. Never showing respect. But that will soon all be in the past. Drink.
Can't hurt, I guess.
Such insolence.
Okay, Corvus, you've clearly got something on your mind. What's this celebration really all about?
You have been a thorn in my side since you first came here. You are coming between me and the Baba. She grows willful. You threaten all we have.
And what exactly do you have? Been wondering about that.
A delicate balance. That is what. We are bound to each other. To the death.
You don't act like soulmates to me.
Whelp. Your time is nearly up.
I don't know what your problem is, Corvus, but let's drink and forget about it.
Yes, drink, but perhaps not forget. And now, your surprise.
Oh, goody.
You will not just be leaving this place, but this world. I will send you to your grave.
Oh, finally, a direct threat. It's about time, Corvus.
Dog. You think you're a great hunter, eliminating powerful beasts. Powerful, yes, but mindless. How, I wonder, would you fare against one such as me?
Ooh, it sounds like you're calling me out.
Oh, I am, dog. I will have your head.
You know, I'm tired of your shit. I don't want to get caught between you and the Baba. Yeah, I'm out of here. Tell the Baba I said goodbye.
You think I would really let you leave? Fool!
Corvus just tried to kill me. Why? Did you know that was gonna happen?
Yes. No. I did not control Corvus. I was his prisoner.
Hey, what?
The robbery I mentioned, he staged it so that I would be obliged to him, offer him money to protect me. He quickly began demanding more and more payment and threatening me if I tried to leave or have him arrested. I couldn't leave. Too many of my customers depend on me. And he had to stay to ensure I wouldn't turn him in.
Yeah, bound till death. That's what he meant. But what does any of this have to do with me?
The hunts made me realize that you could face Corvus and survive.
You set me up.
I couldn't think of anything else to do. I knew you would prevail. You saved me. I'm indebted to you.
You owe me nothing.
Perhaps. But please take this. May it serve you well.
That's mighty impressive.
I know you think I am a charlatan, but I was a pharmacist in the military. My remedies are real. I just cloak them in a bit of mysticism because the old ways appeal to my customers. White lab coats are hardly a comfort to people these days.
Yeah, that's true.
So thank you. Come back again. I'll keep the shop stocked with whatever you need.
Okay then. I'll see you soon, Baba.
Had a feeling we'd cross paths sooner or later.
You patched up Barney, right?
He whimpered like a baby soon as he saw the needle.
And those renegades, why are they after you?
Probably the same reason as you. To access the GRE database. What do you want from it, Aiden? Why are you risking so much?
I'm looking for my sister.
Your sister was in the GRE?
No, she was a prisoner. I haven't seen her in 15 years.
A prisoner? You mean a test subject?
I don't know what I'll find. She's the only family I've got. The only answer to what Waltz has done to us.
Waltz?
He held us there. Had a hobby of experimenting on kids. Did you know about that?
I was only a mid-level doctor, Aiden. I'm sorry. Want to know anything else? Or can we go?
Why are you helping me? Are you looking for something in the database as well?
Aiden, those vaults contain my organization's biggest secrets. I almost died because I was a part of it. I need to know what they were hiding.
What if you don't like what you discover?
Nothing ventured, nothing gained.
How did a GRE doctor wind up at the bazaar?
By not letting anyone know I was a GRE doctor. After the revolution, the GRE were blamed for the disaster. Personnel were rounded up and executed.
People used revenge to relieve the pain. Doesn't matter if it doesn't work.
What happened, happened. Now I'm someone else.
How are you planning to get us inside the observatory?
Look, there's a security tunnel into the complex. It was locked up years ago. Give me the key, Aiden. Are you sure the key is functional?
It has been.
Maybe the problem is that the building has no electricity.
Is there any other way to get in there?
It depends how much we're prepared to risk.
A lot, if you ask me.
Okay, then come with me. I have something to show you. See those domes?
Sure, but the place is flooded with chemicals.
The GRE had a solution for that. When they created the THV Gen Mod, they had to protect their employees from exposure.
But the THV what?
The chemicals. They came up with blockers. Shots that would shield their workers for a few minutes from the fumes. Fortunately, I still have 2 doses. Had a feeling they'd come in handy one day.
Oh, those must be worth a pretty penny.
They are extremely rare. For now, we will need only 1. For you.
Wait, you're not coming?
No, I will join you, but first, I'd like you to restore the power to the building. You see, I have panic attacks when I'm in tight spaces or in the dark. Now, you probably think I'm a coward.
Not at all. I think it took guts to come here. So let's do this.
When you get there, first restore the power. Then I'll be able to join you. Hold out your arm. Remember, the shot shields you from the chemicals for a limited time only.
Can't I take the other one too?
No, not at the same time. This stuff's too strong. Go as fast as you can to the smaller dome, and from there to the higher one. You should find a door leading inside. There. You'll be safe. Then head to the B block. There you should find the building's main circuit breaker. As soon as you turn on the electricity, the security door will unlock, and I can join you by going through the tunnel I showed you. Now go. The blocker is working.
Hey, Veronica, found the entrance. So far, so good. How do you know this place so well, by the way?
I was here just once, long ago. But I have a good memory.
That sounds useful.
Well, sometimes it's a curse. Really.
Veronica, I have a horde of infected here.
Shit. I hoped it would be empty by now.
Well, it isn't. Don't know if I can get through.
Use the UV flashlight on your belt. That should keep them at bay. Just don't stop, Aiden.
Veronica, I made it. The electricity's on.
Great. The security tunnel is open. I'll try to take the elevator down to you.
This place was quite the hive. Plenty of infected. But I got rid of them.
They were people too, Aiden. They deserve respect. Aiden? What's going on? The elevator! It stopped!
I see. I think it blew a fuse. I'm checking.
Do something! Quick! Please!
Don't worry. I'll fix it. You all right? See? Told you everything would work out.
Just get in.
You always been claustrophobic?
Seriously? For over 10 years.
So what happened then?
Aiden, for God's sake, can we not talk about this right now?
The database. Where is it?
Just give me a moment. Below us.
Even farther than this?
Another 6 floors down.
This is pretty high tech.
Before the GRE, this complex was run by the military. They used it to monitor threats, rocket attacks, that sort of thing. That's why they called it the Observatory. Then the virus came, and that was the end.
So what happened here, in the end?
Well, the GRE lost control of the situation, and it all went to hell. Everything collapsed. From what I know, the scientists at first barricaded themselves inside. But soon, conditions in here were as bad as they were in the city. So some of them quietly slipped out. And those who stayed are the ones you got rid of earlier.
So the military ran this place before the GRE?
Yes. It used to be a Cold War command bunker.
Cold War?
A period in the last century. Wars back then were fought on a grander scale. It wasn't just about day-to-day matters like having enough water, UV lamps, and food scraps. In a way, though, it was just like things are now. People lived every day in constant fear.
That's quite the story.
They used to call places like this witnesses to history. Great. Dark again.
Wait, I'll try and figure something out. Veronica, how you holding up?
Just want to get to that database and get out of here.
You're doing great. Just talk to me. Why are you really helping me? You're taking quite a risk.
Frank told me it was important to you.
And that's it.
You probably don't know much about Frank and the Night Runners. We owe him, well, everything.
Smart move. Rerouting the circuit.
Yeah, saved my life a few times. Veronica, should we get going?
Yes. Let's get this over with and then get out of here. This way. The main computer is there. You'll finally know what happened to your sister.
She's all I have.
What about your parents?
I don't remember them. Just her. We were a good team. Without her, it's like, God, I don't know.
You don't know what?
Well, I don't really know who I am.
We're all different people than we were 15 years ago. We all got lost. It's here. It's locked again.
What now?
The terminal is inactive. The security system isolated this area.
I guess I'm up.
I've got an idea. Try to find the officer's room. There's a security desk. We could try to operate the door locks from there. You should be able to use your GRE key on it.
You sure know a lot about this building.
Please, just insert the key and select emergency unlock on the screen. I'll explain everything to you when we're done.
Dr. Veronica Ryan, Director, Field Laboratories Department? A mid-level GRE doctor, my ass. Seems to be Veronica's office. You weren't honest with me, Veronica. Who's that boy? Maybe her son?
Aiden.
A funny thing. Seems there was another Veronica Ryan, Director, Field Labs Department.
I was going to tell you.
Why are you helping me? Are you working with Waltz?
Waltz? No, never. Even back then, I didn't. Waltz had his own research team.
But you knew about the experiments, how they used kids. Me and my sister.
That's why I'm here, Aiden. I cannot forget what we did here. That we let you down. All those kids in pain and no cure to show for it.
Cure? We were 5, for fuck's sake.
Small children showed natural immunity to the virus. We saw a correlation between age, brain development, and infection severity. That's why they were experimenting on you. The GRE, the world, needed you. You seemed our only hope. I'm sorry.
Was it worth it? I mean, did you even come close to a cure?
We were close. But the virus, it finally reached the complex.
So, were you involved in those experiments?
No. The tests on children were all performed at a laboratory. Here we were gathering data and compiling research. I was here when it all happened. Team members began to turn, and things quickly spiraled out of control. One by one. We were locked inside, hiding, sneaking around through those dark corridors and ventilation shafts. My son, he was here with me. Paul. He was 5 back then, too.
What happened to him?
I managed to find the shaft leading to the main entrance. I told Paul to wait for me. I kissed him, and I told him to wait until I made sure the entrance was safe. He clung to me. Didn't want to let me go. When I came back for him, he was gone. I was only away for 15 minutes. I spent the next week looking for him. And then the rest of my life crying. I should have known. He was a kid. Scared. Alone.
I'm sorry. You were trying to take him out of here. How could you know?
Anyway. We all have our own stories of the past. Let's concentrate on what happens next.
Okay. Let's go. So, we going in?
Hope you find what you've been looking for. All the GRE's data is in there, Aiden.
What's up?
Damn it, I don't know.
We'll try it again.
It's stuck.
Fuck it, I'll go.
No, wait!
I'm done waiting. It's time for answers. Oh, wow. Here we go.
Infection detected. Beginning decontamination.
Veronica, what's going on? Talk to me, Veronica. Are you okay?
Looks like we tripped an alarm.
Decontamination procedure.
Decontamination procedure? But that can't be good.
It's not. chemical decontamination's deadly.
But how do we stop it?
I don't know.
Veronica? Veronica!
Remain calm.
Veronica?
I can't stop it.
Do something!
I'm thinking.
So think faster.
Blockers. I still have one. You have to find one for yourself.
Any idea where to look?
The control room. Maybe they kept some there. Go. Find the control room.
Decontamination procedure ready to begin.
Found one.
That's it.
All right, now comes the fun part.
Complete.
Aiden, did you make it? Aiden?
Aiden? Aiden, you all right?
Yeah. Yeah, I used the blocker.
Thank God. I think we're safe now.
That's good to hear.
Ready to plug in?
Are you serious? Yeah, do it.
Cross your fingers, Aiden. The moment of truth. Damn, it's broken.
Oh no, you shitting me?
Yeah, I am. It's just an old system. Wait. Give me the key.
Authorization granted.
There was a list of patients and personnel. Who do you want to check first?
Search for Mia.
Is that your sister?
Yes.
Nothing.
Impossible. She was there. With me.
I'm searching. Sorry, Aiden. Records show no patients named Mia.
God! It's impossible. I will check my name. Aiden.
Aiden. There's one record. Among the youngest children. Year 2020. Aiden Caldwell? Is that your surname?
Well, it is now. What does it say?
Data classified. Only one note. Warning, patient shows an above-average tolerance to the substance. Most tests performed. Exemplary results. Aiden? You all right?
Yes, I think so. Is there anything else?
No. That's all.
Waltz.
Checking. One record. Clinical studies. Substance 1354. Study abandoned. All patients discharged from the center.
Look through all the names.
Patient discharged.
All of them?
Yes.
Damn it. No info on where they ended up? Or about this substance, 1354 or something?
I'm sorry, Aiden. There's more. The substance was also tested on some infected at GRE facilities across the city. To no avail. The project was run and supervised from X-13. It was eventually shut down, as was X-13 itself.
Is there anything more about this X-13?
In here? I doubt it. But I heard about it. X-13 was a hub of GRE operations.
And the substance, you know what it is?
There were so many tests and clinical studies, Aiden. Let me search the database for the research data. Something's wrong.
What do you mean?
It says a procedure's been initiated.
Another procedure?
I'm looking... Lots of data. Started, then paused 11 years ago. Resumed a few days ago in X-10. There's also a map. Several locations are marked, including the observatory.
What the hell does it all mean?
I have no idea, but...
Intruder alert. Intruder alert.
Infected?
They must be here somewhere.
Renegades.
They must have followed us.
There's no time. Hurry, take the key, hide yourself somewhere, and lock yourself in. I'll deal with them.
Aiden! We don't know how many there are.
I'll handle it.